Here with Robert Garcia. Robert, I want to share an interesting stat in case you didn't know. I'm sure you know. Your dad, Eduardo, took Fernando Vargas to a world champion when he was 14-0, and now you take Bam Rodriguez 14-0 to a world title fight. He's now world champion against a veteran, just like your dad did.
When when they called me on when we learned about the fight like Sunday or Monday, and on Monday in the gym I talked about it. We were all talking about it, and my dad brought it up. My dad brought up that fight, and he says it's going to be very similar to when Fernando Vargas fought Jordi Boy Campas. Fernando Vargas was 21, Bam is 22. Uh, Fernando Vargas was 14-0, and my dad says it's very similar. Both are very talented. Both are fighting veterans, experienced fighters. Fights that are very dangerous, but don't get me wrong. But they're both very talented, so they both Bam could always come up with the win, and after my dad said that, Bam says that he went and seen the fight because he wasn't even born yet.
You said he saw it.
He saw it. Yeah, he saw it on Tuesday when my dad told him that, and seen what my dad was talking about. A young fighter, only 21, 14 fights against a veteran. Yoruba Campas had like 60 some wins with 59 knockouts or something like that. Yeah, and now Bam, very similar, but it's my dad said that on Monday, but we heard a lot of people from Max Room talk about it too. So it's not like my dad was the only one that thought about it. It came back to where people from boxing people, Max Room, they were also talking about it, and it is
It's crazy.
it is because it happened with my dad and Fernando, and now same thing with us. Jesse.
Bam right now is officially the youngest world champion in boxing, and Fernando Vargas was the youngest world champion at 154.
Exactly.
Even to this day.
Exactly. And Bam is the first born fighter in the 2000
Year 2000.
the year 2000, because he was born in 2000,
Right.
and he's the first, and he will be the first ever, because 100 years from now he's still gonna be the first ever born in 2000.
You made history. He made history. But how does it feel to literally be following your dad's footsteps?
That's just crazy. We didn't think about it until my dad. We didn't. I never thought about it. No, he's not here. I didn't think about it until my dad brought it up, and when he brought it up, it perfect sense. The only difference is Bam just turned 22, so it's 1 year different. But you could probably even that up by Bam moving up 2 weight divisions to challenge, to fight for a world title. So, they were both very similar, both dominated, both looked great. Fernando stopped Jordi Boy Campas. Bam dropped him, but, went the distance because Cuadras is just a very experienced fighter, man, a veteran.
How does that make you feel? Following
It's
your dad's
awesome,
footsteps,
man.
it makes you feel emotional.
It's awesome, bro. We this is what makes our team so happy and so proud of our fighters, because kids that start from the we see him from the amateurs. He was 12 when I met him. When he came to our gym, he was still fighting amateur.
What did you remember when you met him when he was a little kid? Did he go up to you?
Well,
Did you talk to him a little bit?
that's when when we were there for the media worker with Nonito there. I met him there, but I never really thought one day I'm gonna have him and his brother. Then when we picked up Josh, Josh started bringing him into training camps. He was just a 14, 15-year-old coming into training camp with us. So he still did a few amateur years before turning pro. So but that's the best feeling. Turning somebody pro, a kid that you brought in from the amateurs to the pros, and then to become a world champion. There's no better feeling than that. And there's a lot of times business people especially that could tell me if you would have done this with another fighter, you would have been making a lot more money. That's not what it's all about. Sometimes you have to also see the loyalty in these kids, the hard work they do, coming from from a different state to spend months at a time without their family, without their parents, brothers, sisters. It's sacrifice, and that you know that beats it. That beats getting big paydays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It beats
You can't
it.
put a price to it. It's
No,
priceless.
you can't put a price to that, bro. That's the best feeling, and we're happy that both Franco and Bam are world champions, brother world champions, and they're both going to be representing San Antonio with all their heart.
I just feel that two brothers.
Yeah, two
that
brothers.
are world champions.
Exactly.
that
Same weight division.
Same weight division.
Charlos, I believe they were champions, and the Klitschko's, same divisions.
It's history.
These are the third brothers world champions in the same weight division. It's crazy.
Obviously, we spoke to Bam Rodriguez immediately after the fight. He said he dedicates it to San Antonio, his loved ones, and the team. Who do you
You know what? Those kids are very dedicated, and they love their seat. I'm gonna be up there next week. I already had plans to be up there next weekend, so I'm gonna be over there, meet up with them, maybe do something, in San Antonio, because they deserve it, man. They they didn't have it easy, because the smaller weight divisions, as you know, a lot of promoters, they just don't pay attention to them. I put Bam with different promoters, and I got the opportunities, but they never really cared about signing him because of his weight division. Josh, when he came to the pros, there wasn't much interest in him. They didn't want to sign him, at first, but I convinced Golden Boy, and they signed him, and now he's a world champion. With Bam, he fought on a few top rank cards, a few PPC cards, but nobody ever showed the interest that they wanted to sign him. Mr. Honda was always behind us since day one, since his pro debut. So Mr. Honda's been part of our team since his pro debut, and now Matchroom, that they seen him fight, they see his potential, and they signed him, and it was a great deal we made with him. And now Matchroom and Taking Promotions are his promoters, and we're very happy to be part of their team.
The message here is, you tell them to sign him. It means fucking
You know what?
sign him.
That's one thing I think it's we go back, from my first few fighters that I had, Brandon Rios, brought him from the amateurs too. I actually went to the trials with him, where he lost in the box office with him in the amateurs, turned pro, became champion. Mikey did the same. Joshua did the same. Gradovic turned pro with us, became champion. Now Bam turns pro with us, becomes champion. Those are the best feelings ever, man. And there might be others that I just can't think of right now, but that started with us from the pro debut to become champions.
And no disrespect to a lot of Hall of Famers, but there's not too many that can say they took a fighter from 0 to 100.
Honestly,
0 to world
it's
champion.
not easy, man. It's not easy. Look, my dad did it with Fernando, did it with me. Then we did it with Mikey together. Mikey also obviously my brother. My dad was still part of Mikey's as part of the trainer. So we did it with Mikey, like I said, and the names that I mentioned you. It's been like 4 or 5. It's not easy, man, because it's hard work. It's a lot of dedication. A lot of things go through. Sometimes there's people don't even know. But even Josh himself, before he became champion, there was a moment he was going through a lot of things were going through his head, that he was thinking of retiring. Personal life, so we go through all that, it's not easy, it's a lot easier, and yes, it's fucking unbelievable.
They only see like they see the glory, but they don't know the story.
See, and yeah, there's some, I've had those too, where there's a fighter that decides he wants to train with me, comes with me, I train him for a world title fight, and he wins the title. It's happened before. It's not it's not like, it's not a secret that fighters have come to me also, and we get 1 or 2 wins, and we become champ. We win a title. So Chino Maidana, Abner Mares, Ramirez, Jose Ramirez. He came to me as a champion, and then we went to fight Hooker, and he beat Hooker and grabbed the title there, another title there. So see, I've had those too, but having them from the amateurs to turn pro, it you know, you don't have a price for that. I rather, you know, that's much better feeling personally than getting those, you know, a big payday.
Right. We always talk about your fighters getting better as fighters. But what a lot of people fail to see is that you're getting better as a trainer as well.
Well, you know what? I think the experience I'm getting, my dad always in the gym also. He's still in the gym every day with us, always learning from him. And the experience, you know, the all the, you know, I listen to a lot of trainers too. Just sometimes when they just when they talk, you know, their experiences as trainers, you know, I listen to trainers and I pick up stuff that sometimes people might think, oh, you know, that's not important, but it could be one day in one fight that could make a difference, you know. So
So you're always learning.
I'm always learning. You know, I'm still learning. I think I still have a lot left. You know, I'm not I'm not I'm not the youngest, but I still have a good maybe 20, 30 years left.
That's a long time. It's
So
scary.
we have a lot of,
trainers.
you know, we have Mikey's little boy Django.
I saw him. He just sparred Southpaw.
I think 7-year-old, and that was his first time ever sparring.
He looked fucking
Shit, I want to
aggressive.
see him turn pro, and I want to see him win a title one day. You know what I mean? I want to see him become
legacy
champion one
lives
day.
on.
You know, so we have a young kids in the gym that are, you know, we just had, I think 2 or 3 kids in the nationals this weekend also. You know, the I think it was the silver gloves.
Yeah.
Silver gloves, right? How many? 2-1, huh? 3? 3-1? Yeah, 3 national champions, 3 national champions, and 1 got silver. So all 4 made it to the finals.
That's not by mistake.
3 won the finals, and 1 lost in the finals, which is still a silver. You know, this weekend also. You know, Bam comes and does this performance he did. It was just an awesome performance. You know, I think it was one of those performances where people see that a little star was born.
All right. Any last message you want to leave to it? A lot of people that support you. And I mean a lot worldwide.
Well, it's we've always had nothing but support. You know, people love the work we do, the way we are. I guess, you know, the fun we have all the time. You know, but you know, I don't think this is, you know, I've been doing this for 20 years already.
And still,
But
you're still
you know,
young.
I still got at least another 20 to continue doing it. So who knows what else I'm gonna be able to accomplish. But you know, I like to work hard. I like those challenges. You know, I like it like when Chino Maidana came to me, where nobody, or you know, everybody thought he didn't want to fight, or Abner Mares, who nobody thought he could beat Cuellar. You know, and the list goes on. You know. Brian Viloria, my second champion, you know, came to me when he had already lost his title and nobody was, you know, gave him any importance. We came back to win the title. You know, those are fucking good feelings too.
All right, Robert. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.